Taking the permissions of our advisor, respected Professor Manoj Kumar Chaudhary, sir. Yeah, today we have organized that the roundtable discussion sessions, and our invitee guests are raised here. We have joined with them, and our graduates are there. We would like to welcome to all our respected faculties and all the participants as well. Yes, of course, we have to discuss on the changing context of the organization role in this digital era, and I have tried to limit its highlights on 3 points. The first point I would like to share with you that is organizational resilience at this crisis, and the second is we have to increase the skills and capacity of the automation technologies. And next is that all the human capital and the automation should have the balance. If we have the balance between the human capital and the automation, then definitely the organizations can be increased. That's why limiting these limiting these three highlights, I would like to request Mihail Kitanovski. He's the citizens of the Macedonia, and he's a top consultant. He has internationally recognized consultancy branding, and we are very much privileged at this roundtable discussion to have you, Mihail. Okay, and we also have Dr. Anvay Bhargav. Yes, I'm introducing our Bhargav, Professor Bhargav. He's a professor of Jaipur Institute of Management, Jaipur. He's the chairperson of this organization as well. And he's also with us. And the Mihail's time is a bit late. It's midnight in Macedonia. That's why I would like to request you, Mihail, to start your presentations. This presentations is not concentrated on just disseminations of the knowledge that you have. You also can interact with our graduates in every slides, or after 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you can ask, and Dr. Anvay can also share his remarks as well. Saying these things, I would like to request Mihail to start your session. Thank you so much. Thank you to all participants as well.
Thank you very much, Professor. It is my pleasure to be part of this roundtable discussion. I can see that there are almost 40 people, and I'm very excited because I'm part of it, and I hope that I will help to all of us to understand some issues, some examples, to understand some technologies, to explain some methodologies that I'm going to present today. As you said, I'm international business and management consultant. I work for 20 years for more than 700 companies all over the world. I work in 30 countries in the world. 2 months ago, I came back from Auckland, from New Zealand, and I'm living and staying in Europe, in Macedonia, and I'm a visiting professor for some universities in Europe. So I have one single rule. Anybody can stop my presentation, and anybody can ask everything. I'm in my office right now, and I'm doing this kind of video presentations and training and consulting for more than 2 months, regularly, daily basis. 2 months, because of the new worldwide situation, and I hope that everything will be okay in the end. So that's why I prepared a short presentation, 10-15 slides, and anybody can see what I'm trying to say. And of course, you can contact me on my website. You can send an email. My name is Mihail Kitanovski. You will find it very easy. So I will try to present or to answer to the third highlights that Professor Rudra mentioned. It's very, very important for all of us to understand that. I hope that you see now the presentation, to understand that we are definitely part of changing context of organizational role in any kind of technology, especially in digital technology. So what I'm trying to say that we live in a global world, and in this global world, we should think and we should emphasize to our personal priorities actually how we work and what is transforming, what is changing. So people behavior is changing, business is changing, organizations are changing. I think it's obvious for all of us, and I think that from this point of view, we will proceed with this kind of acting in our private and professional lives. So the technology is something that is the major highlights that we should take care about. So I have five parts, five big, let's say, parts. And the first is, what do we need to understand in today's big organization change? The first is the master science, the data science. So the first thing that we should think about big data, and we should learn about the algorithms. That's the part of the technology. What can I say? It represents the business objects that contain the most valuable agreed upon information shared across an organization. This is a standard definition, and all of us should understand that there are a lot of changes all over the world, because from during the past 10 years, 80% of the data in the world are not structured. They are not structured. A lot of companies, they have a lot of big mass data, and the data science is something that will come during these days. Why? Well, we have different type of data. We have transactional or dynamic data that are periodically updated or change over the time. We have unstructured data, so we need to define some models. For example, if you want to buy a ticket, a flight ticket, the data must be structured and must be defined in such a data model in the software that the company that sell the ticket must have, let's say. Analytical data, that's the collection of data. So we should use this analytical data as for support decision-making purposes, or for research that we are already doing. And finally, the metadata. That the metadata is the data that provides information about other data. So, as a conclusion, master data may contain information about customer products, services, employees, materials, vendors, suppliers, and etc. So I will come back here to say something as an example. I think that we should use the term data science because it is increasingly common. Data science is a blend of various tools, algorithms, and machine learning principles with the goal to discover, let's say, hidden patterns from the raw data. So why this is very important for all of us. We need predictive causal analytics. Somebody is saying casual analytics, I will say causal analytics. We need perspective analytics. Definitely we need machine learning for making predictions like banking software, and definitely we need machine learning for pattern discovery. Why I'm saying this? I'm saying this because during the near future, not only me, I mean all of us and the students and everybody, we must be able to utilize key technical tools and skills. So what are the technical tools and skills? I will say Python, I will say Apache Hadoop, MapReduce, or Apache Spark, NoSQL databases, or cloud computing, or I don't know, Apache Pig, IPython notebooks. We need some GitHubs and everything else that is connected with the data science. So we should get used to it. We should take care about it because it's result oriented, it's industry specific knowledge oriented, and it's connected with communication skills. Somebody could ask, or some student could ask, is it valuable to become a data scientist? Well, yes, according to my experience, Glassdoor ranked data scientist as the first best job in America. As increasing amounts of data become more accessible, large tech companies are no longer the only ones in need of data scientists. So if you start now learning about the big data, about the data science, you will have enough time to be statistically listed in a very important placements all over the world. So anybody has any kind of question about data science or something, or should I proceed? Anyone?
Excuse me, sir, I'd like to ask a question. Like you talked about Python, and you also talked about some other MySQL and different other tools. But what is, we have been studying business communication and different business subjects till now. And if we switch, or if we go for that, like Python is a top programming language, we know that, and MySQL is also not easy to learn. Can we switch now, or just a little information about those subjects will be enough for us?
Well, yes, the issue is that it should be, you should have an experience, I mean, not you, everyone, in communication, in leadership that are needed to deliver tangible results with the various stakeholders across the organization or business. It means that by default that you can use Python, but the issue is that it's not an issue. It's a let's say very important thing that you can possess strong quantitative background in statistics, as well as linear algebra, as well as programming knowledge. So that's why we should focus on these tools and to develop the skills for data warehousing, for mining, for modeling, to build and analyze algorithms. So I'm a bachelor computer engineer, initially. So I have 2 masters in management, and I have a lot of experience with big private companies in all over the world. So the issue is to learn the logic for predictiveness. If you're able to develop something, let's say, wise and clever in Python or any NoSQL database, you will have the higher results at the end, because predictability is something that is needed today concerning this data. I hope that this kind of comment is suitable for you.
Excuse me, sir. I would like to say something about the tools to use for data science. As Michael said, Python is one of the tools. There are many other tools or languages like Octave or MATLAB and other like RStudio. They are somehow easier than Python and are easy to learn for machine learning.
Well, yes, there are. There are some. I will try to find now on internet, but definitely the issue is to try to find the logic. The logic when you are developing the algorithms. You have in the Code Academy, you have on internet, you have Python 2. That's part of 5 million people that are using, and many million people took this kind of courses. So for you, it's very important to understand that syntax in Python is very, very simple. And you have the string and console output, which is, let's say, user-friendly. So what is difficult? The difficulties are connected with conditionals, and I think control flow, as I remember. So if you're using different functions, and if you're using with, if you are able to open the list of dictionaries that Python have in the know-how, then the conditionals and control flows will be very simple to use it, and you will generate different outcomes. So if you ask me, don't start with low-level logic concerning the programming, but start with the best one. Start with Python syntax. It's very easy. It's very easy. You can have print statements there. You can see both Python 2, Python 3. They're used throughout the globe. So I think that this kind of information could help you. And it's very good to use Python because of handling errors is some of the easiest part of it. You don't have exceptions. So you can run into errors, you can run into exceptions, if there are any, if you develop somehow, and there are no complaints about Python. So if you use, from the other hand, if you use drag and drop software, it will not teach you how to develop the model. Trust me. Developing models is something that is important.
I have been using Octave for my machine learning program, so I would like to say that I am a programmer and I know how to use Python and Octave, both languages. Octave, I'm now studying machine learning, so I'm a bit comfortable with Octave than that of Python. So I would like to request Octave can be something good over Python.
Yes, no problem. You can connect with me on Facebook, or you can connect me on LinkedIn. So you just send a request, or you can open my website and we will get in touch. On the website you have email, phone, every details. So no problem. We have a huge database information in my company that is connected with various universities in the world. So since I'm part of this roundtable, you can have it if you ask. It's very simple.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I will proceed with the next slide. I don't have many slides. I don't have, but I will proceed with the next slide. And this is connected with something else. This is connected with something else. Just a second. It's connected with mobile devices and information computing technology. Do you know that we have at least 5 technologies that are transforming the very foundations of global business and the organizations that drive? It's crazy. We can use mobile for everything. I'm sure that somebody is now using mobile to be part of this roundtable, and to be it's using some Microsoft Teams for mobile device. So the 5 technologies are cloud and mobile computing. Everything will go on cloud, everything. We should think about big data and machine learning. I think that is the main part of any kind of production line. We are using sensors and intelligent manufacturing. I have worked for various clients that are production lines, and I can tell you that I had one excellent experience concerning sensors and intelligent manufacturing. We took a picture of the whole production line, big scale picture with a specific camera. We put it on a software. Then we finished the vectorizing transformation of the picture, and in less than 10 minutes we got a layout, a flat file of the production line. So very easy. We use as a map for sensors and any kind of intelligent device, let's say. So the advanced robotics and drones could be part of it, and definitely we are going to the clean energy technology from that to that direction. Well, these technologies are not just helping people to do things better and faster, but these technologies are enabling profound changes in the ways that work is done. What does it mean? It means that I'm sure that the mobiles could be used for anything. Anything. I have a lot of experience for different people that are using the mobile phone, so including sport, including music, including testing for testing purposes. Also, we have experiences that are connected with using mobile phones for financial transactions and any kind of mobile devices that we are using. So definitely, you'll be using any kind of mobile device will be part of our future. I was in China almost 2 years ago in Shanghai, so I saw a very specific example. It was like Mission Impossible for me, you know, like that kind of movie. So there was a Tesla car, a big one, Tesla car. So it was 5.5 meters long. It was a big, nice, decent car. It's very expensive, but however, I was there in front of that car, so I started to see how it looks. So the guy, the owner of that car, just come near the car and he opened, let's say, like a tablet. He opened it. He entered the car and he put it as a cockpit on the car. He put the tablet like this, let's say, this big tablet, like, I don't know, 12 inches or something, and he stuck on the car with an interface, like a docking station. I was confused. So he just gave me a smile and he left. like like crazy in the crazy movies, you know. Definitely, we should use the mobile devices, any kind of mobile device, and start to learn how it works. Any kind of mobile device concerning operational system, concerning application system, and concerning the logic of, let's say, clickability. So the logic of clickability is something that is new in these organizational changes. Have in mind that the software could be user-friendly, but also we should learn how to attitude in front of the mobile device. Because if you want to make some big changes in your company or in your learning processes, you should adopt the software clickability processes. You will have a lot of webinars. I have a lot of webinars. I'm now learning every day concerning digital marketing. I have an exam in June, a huge one, 200 questions, 1,500 pages that I should learn in a month. Even I'm not so old, but I'm not so young also, but I'm trying to learn and to adapt to the software and to the mobile devices. Any question? Do you like mobile devices? Anybody? So nobody likes mobile devices?
Everybody likes mobile devices.
Everybody.
Now world is moving towards mobile devices, a tablet, a portable device, so it's very important to know about mobile devices.
Yeah, yes, we are used to it. It will be part of our private and professional daily basis activities, for sure, for sure. So let's proceed. Let's proceed. I think that we will go to the next slide. And the next slide is intelligently automated production. This is something that you should learn about it. All of us should learn about automated production. As Professor Rudra said, it's a big changing of the context, and the technologies it is included. So actually think about using algorithms and mathematical procedures. So no math, no automated production. We should learn mathematics, physics, and everything that is connected with that, not only programming, because using of algorithms and mathematical procedures is something that is the core of the intelligently automated production. Well, the current technology development in your field, you should take care about that. You should take care about being part of it, we should use the current technological developments. How to use it? Well, first of all, we should be part of it. We should be informed. We should learn a lot, and we should use it finally. Why? Because there are a lot of examples where automated production is being used and looking and implementing a DSE to your own work. You know about robots. I have seen, how to say, very difficult to explain, but it was a robot for from logical transportation in the warehouse. It was not a robot that we are used to, but it was a vehicle. It was like a car, and it was driving by itself and delivering in the warehouse different products, let's say, on a different location, and finishing the placement process. So it was a very clever robot. It was a huge experience for me. It was in Belgium. in Belgium in one huge factory. And of course, intelligently using data-driven and automated process in production. We need data. As I mentioned before, automated processes without data-driven approach is almost unacceptable, let's say. So I think that we should discuss about the power of machine, any kind of robots that we have today. I don't know, do you have experience or not? I have such an experience. What do you think? Do you think that robots will be part of our lives? I mean, I don't know. Anybody? Do you think it's a joke? Vladimir, are you there? Maybe you can make some comment if you're there.
Yes, I'm here. Namaste, everyone, first of all. To add on to what you were saying about the robots and automated production and everything, I think that as time goes on, we will have more and more autonomous vehicles, like what you mentioned you saw in Belgium, and other sort of robotic components to the production process. And I think that even if we don't deal with that on a daily basis, if that is not what we do, so for example, we deal with something else, but we would need to be at least to have at least a small basic understanding of what's happening. And I think that's what you were trying to say earlier with and also the discussion about Python and everything else. I think that it's important to understand some of the basic parts of what's happening so that we can interact with other people better and harness that technology.
Yeah, great. Well, definitely. Can somebody say something else? Doctor?
Excuse me, sir. So
Yes.
like we are using different technologies like Google Assistant, Siri, etc. Can they be counted as robots or not? Because they have made a lot of impacts in day-to-day life. Like Google Home has taken it to the next level. So what are these? Are these robots integrated in our lifestyles, or what are these things? How can we classify them?
Well, definitely the definition for the robot is, let's say that according to my experience, a robot is a machine, especially one programmable by a computer. So if you use some software or complex series of actions automatically, we can feed the machine we are calling robot, and we can use it, we can manage it with external control devices. However, what you are saying, I totally agree with you concerning Google and any kind of softwares that are connected with robotics. So we have a lot of chatbots. I'm sure that you are familiar with that. But the problem is, what is Dr. Anyway say, what will happen if they start making some predefined decisions? So robots can change the roles in the world. However, as a further, let's say, discussion, we also have artificial intelligence in management processes. So as you can see, artificial intelligence is something that can help good managers become great managers, not only managers and employees also. It is important to learn about artificial intelligence and to see what can be implemented in our daily basis work, our daily basis learning processes. Also, can do through data and produce valuable results. this artificial intelligence is something that Doctor mentioned in a chat 2 minutes ago. To be honest, I'm not so familiar with artificial intelligence in the practice. I have seen some crazy things, like I saw a drone. It was 70 kilos with 70 kilos weight, and it has a huge camera, a heavy-duty camera, and that camera was recording the surface of the land in a specific field, let's say, and it was defining the structure of the field. So for me, it sounds a little bit crazy, and definitely is developing field, so it is necessary to be up to date with the current developments. I mean, I don't know. I hope that you will have the chance to see it immediately in the next few years. That's why I said immediately. And I think that these changes now that are happening, it's an excellent starting point for that. And I hope that we will not lose our nature. I hope that we will go to some regular, let's say, activities that are connected with the nature. But however, the world is changing. So what do you think about this? Do you expect in the restaurant? No. Do you agree not to have the bank with their, let's say, stores all over the different places in the world? Can you accept that? Bank without a physical bank. Everything could be paid by this. Everything. Do you think it's okay?
Yeah, I think the era of cashless era is coming soon in our world. After this post COVID-19 phase, or we can say after Corona phase, like we are suffering from pandemic like Corona, and for the more some other diseases can arise in near future. So we are now practicing the concept of social distancing. This might help to replace our physical job with robot jobs. We might lose our jobs to robot in next few years. This might be the era that machine will overtake our jobs or living physical jobs. What is your
Yes, I have experience with that. I have seen different productions in US, in Germany, in Russia, also in France, in China. But I think that we will not, that we are not going to lose the people. We're not going to lose the jobs. No, it's transforming era. So if you are able, if you have enough knowledge to be part of the team, standing in front of computer, in that case, you will not. I mean, not you, but you will not lose your job. So there are a lot of place in the world, a lot of free job placements for people that want to learn about decision-making algorithm, about the data science, about the organizational behavior concerning the technological changes, about the software programming. So the issue is not only to program to do some programming for somebody. The issue is to understand the core, to understand the model, to have an input, and to make some activities on internet or at home, and then deliver as appropriate. So there are a lot of free job placement in the world that are not using applicable software like Visual Basic, like C++, or no. That's something that we are used to. I'm talking about the technological changes. If you are able to use some decision-making software and to develop something new that will help to the production somewhere there, in that case, your work will be very, very valuable. I'm doing that, and I think that the salary is excellent. And so the knowledge, the amount of knowledge is equal to amount of salary, if you ask me, especially during these days when we have this kind of digital technology changes. So as I said, I'm changing myself. I'm 48 and I'm learning every day. I have 2 computers and I have learning every day, changing things. I have developed my own website. It's part of my job. I didn't pay to anybody to develop. I have a lot of friends, colleagues, outsources, students, programming companies that are doing programming, software development. But no, I developed by myself. Now I will put on chat. You can see every single code that you can see on the website. I have developed by myself. Everything. And I did a lot of mistakes. But however, don't lose your faith. You should not think that we are going to lose some job because of this technological era. No, it will take time, and we need time to change our organizational behavior. What is the changing of organizational behavior? We should not act like we did it till now. We should change it from the point of view of organizational engineering. As you can see, this is the last slide. So definitely, if we organize ourselves as from this point of view, if we understand that processes are not set in stone, they can be changed when necessary. If we are able to change it, in that case, we are part of the very important processes in the world. Also, it's very important and useful to use data to change the organizational structure of the processes in order to be more efficient, effective, and etc. So you can be a engineer, you can be a master business administration student, you can be a professor, you can be a sportist, but we need to understand that using of engineering techniques and methodologies are important. It's very, very simple. Input, then process the output. I'm sure that you know about this. Definitely, it's very simple. However, what are the key improvements in technologies and their impact on business processes and organization in the world?
Can I ask
In
you
the
something?
world. Yes, sure, please.
Okay, while talking about the replacement of robot to our physical job placement, whatever you said are possible in developed countries or cities, developed cities, or some of the handful people. But for the countries, third world countries like ours, we do not have sufficient internet bandwidth, even in our developed cities. So whatever you said, learning and developing yourself, these are for some handful peoples, and we have some of the we don't have a literacy rate of those compared to Europe. So I don't think whatever we did, or we are talking about the handful people, but majority of the people are going to lose their physical job, because we cannot be secure by going in physical touch with someone. So we as being an organization or being an administration portion of the organization, we will have to think about the health issues of our employee and some other social disadvantages might push us in problem. So in this case, for example, city like Kathmandu, which is a third world country's capital city, some of the hotels already started using robot waiters. So there we are losing jobs for waiters who are not able to work or able to adapt in developing or this digital era. So what are these people going to do? It's not about some handful of us, it's about those people who are remotely and are not being able to get access to internet or other systems.
Yeah, I know what you're speaking. I have been to Kathmandu. I know what you're talking about. I have been in some stores, in some restaurants. I was in a factory there also. I talked to different people. I was also to Mount Everest I rent a jet, you know, the regular procedure. So I understand exactly what you're saying. Definitely, some people will lose their jobs. Definitely, that's for sure. If you ask me, it is during the time being, it's the same process. So let's say in early 70s, some people lose their job because of the huge banks in the world, the big banks. You know, then or before the Second World War, a lot of people get their job because of the production for the weapon, especially in Europe, and especially in abroad. So now the thing is to think about six perspectives. Six perspectives. The first perspective is definitely a part of social processes. If you are able to find, if we are able to find ourselves as a social human beings, then we will define, are we going to change the job, or we are not going to change the job, and we are not going to learn anything. So except that we have financial, economic, organizational, and other perspectives that I mentioned. So the people should start to think to change their knowledge. If the knowledge is higher, I'm not talking about be a doctor, a PhD. I'm talking about to something that is connected with a normal approach to the change. So if those people lose their job, maybe they can increase their competence in different area and to find another job. So robots or algorithms or any kind of devices cannot, let's say, definitely they cannot replace the human beings, except if they start to think separately and without any kind of control from the human. So the process will go in years. I understand what you're saying. Definitely I accept what you're saying, but I will tell you what kind of change I have done in my company during the past 2 months. So we have done 3 changes because we are losing business. Yes, it's very easy for me to be part of the university. It is the same. Everything is the same, except we are delivering training to computer. But what else we did? We are in the process of selling our premise. We have some office, and we are in the process of selling the office and use that kind of money to buy some equipment for some video distance communication, learning, webinars, everything. The second big change is that we are connected. I'm trying to be connected with different people in the world, because while you're playing games on this, you can work on this also. You can, and I think that the processes that you mentioned are going to go like this, up and down, because robots cannot. No, I will tell you in a very brief way. Let's say, if the robots decide to develop some software, we are going to have problems. If you ask me, if they decide to develop the software, can you imagine, my friend, not to have power? for 1 month, what kind of society we will have concerning these changes? So no electricity, no computers, and etc. So I think that as a conclusion, we think that it's very important for all of us to think as a key improvements that we should use to definitely. As you can see here, artificial intelligence and robots will still take parts in the workplace. Definitely, I agree with that. Definitely, the Internet of Machines is coming, data-driven decision making, social media and mobile phones, and etc. So I hope that those people will try to find their place in the working processes, and learning is the solution for that. Learning, adapting, seeing the changes, use social media, use software, use some digital or non-digital books. Here you can see, after we finish this, I will go to bed, but tomorrow morning I will try and proceed with learning. As you can see, I am learning this kind of stuff. So I hope that I will pass the exams and I will become a certified digital marketing professionals. Part of that. So I think that I speak too much, huh? Any other questions? Yes, Dr. Andre said very good. Humans will continue to evolve, and he will explain to us in the in near future, near time that is coming. So, do you have some other questions?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. I mean, just you said with the use of data, we could change the organization structure. Are you referring that we are making an organization which has no buildings and most of the workforces are doing their jobs from their end at different ends where they are locating, where they are living? So is it really possible to scenario like this, sir? I mean, even if working in the organization, there are lots of difficulties. I mean, limitations. So working from remote areas, remote position, so there might be a lot of challenges, isn't it, sir?
Yes, I truly believe, Arun, about that. Your name is Arun, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Well, cloud computing is something that is the most important and on-demand availability of computer systems, system resources. So everything could be done there, especially data storage and computing power. So data storage is the place where you have data, and computing power is something that is connected with computer performance. It is a computer performance as an amount of useful work accomplished by a computer system. So all of us, we are calling as a software, but however, outside of specific context, computer performance is estimated in terms of accuracy, efficiency, and speed. So of course it's possible. It's very possible to accept, not possible. It's very regular to accept that we will be working at home all the time, because the database is somewhere there, the software is there, operation software, applicable software, any kind of software that we will use. Even the system software. So during the lockdown, I was working for 2 months from home without any kind of question. So I have used Slack, Monday, Zoom, WhatsApp, Viber, Microsoft Teams. I used Trello, different kind of softwares, and it was a little bit difficult for me. Trust me, Arun, it was difficult for me. Even I have laptops, and I'm a Bachelor of Computer Science for more than, I'm using that for more than 30 years. I have internet at 1990. I had internet at that time, but now I'm adopting, changing, and concerning our organization, you can use it as you can use it, no problem. Definitely, it's very good to stay at home, to work a little bit, and then to go out.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
really good to
Arun,
work from home,
please.
as we are also, in this situation, we are also doing our job from home. So while I'm doing here from my home, so I've faced some not problems, not on the software part, not problems on the database or server part, but problems like power issue and other limitations, maybe the surroundings, environment in houses, and that could really they are not the major issues, but they are the issues that really create an irritation while doing work. So how can we cope with this? How can we tackle with this?
Well, I will give you an example. An example concerning that is very simple, very simple question. How to fix internet connection in Windows 10? This is something that is very, let's say, simple, correct? Very simple for discussion. So, if there is a bug in the software, you can check some solution, again digitally or through internet. So I know that Google is something that is right now they are ruling in the internet world, but now they have a possibility to implement some better solution, not only backups, not only software that could be used. So I'm trying to say that you will find the solution again on the same platform. If everything is going as a digital transformation, then also the errors and the bugs will go with the digital transformation, and that's part of the life. That's part of the life. We cannot accept that the problems are going to be solved immediately. There is no such a state in lifetime. We have to learn how to accept it and to live with that. It's very simple. Like now, we have a lockdown, and we have it till 15th of May. So I accept it. If I have a bug in my Windows 10, I will accept it, and I will somehow try to find the solution. So the conclusion of what I'm trying to say, and all of us should take care about the learning process, should take care about adapting process to the organizational changes that we are having now. We are living with that, and also to make some conclusions and make some plans how to develop yourself. It's very easy for me to use Python because I have used it long time ago. But somebody who is not using, he or she will have problems with a starting point. Also, my difficulty right now is I'm trying to learn some digital marketing. So I'm trying to learn as much as it possible with, for example, for YouTube. I'm learning YouTube. I was using YouTube. Now, when I developed my own channel there, I discovered a lot of things that I didn't know about it because I was not learning. I hope that, Arun, you are understanding what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah, I understand, sir. I get it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And
Any
sir,
other questions?
and one more thing, sir. You talk about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. These these three are interlinked field. They are all interlinked with each other, isn't it? I mean, Python also necessary in artificial intelligence, machine learning also, and data science also. Are the people are carrying? Taking this as a career and in a different field or as a whole. I mean, if one has to learn machine language, should he has to learn artificial intelligence or data science? Both, all three. I mean, for that.
Well, if I understand what you are saying, if I understand it, what you are mentioning, actually, the thing is that it should be connected. It should be connected. Well, I know that Python is a programming language, but to become a master of your data is something that is. Do you know that you can use MySQL in combination with Python? Yes, you know that. But the thing is to have the business intelligence. Business intelligence integrates data from across your enterprise and provides self-service reporting and analysis at your fingertips. So it's very easy to use it. So another issue, not only to see it as a programming language, advanced analytics. So the nature of artificial intelligence is complex, and because of that, many businesses and technology leaders, they're not sure where to start. So that's why they need young people. And to develop that, in addition, machine learning projects also can be slow. These days they are slow and expensive to implement. A lot of money. So if we are able to develop something to be our let's say a simple mission to make machine learning from that point of view we can develop. We can do a product development. So product development covers the complete process of bringing a new product to the market. I'm not saying to download some cheap software from Play Store. I'm talking about the engineers and designers that can work from their home and to understand the core of the needs in the society. So with both technical and methodological expertise, you and me as a team could minimize the costs of production and assembly, dedicating ourselves in the analytical component of our product. So I don't know how else to to express this, but the solution should be more scientifically oriented, and definitely try to learn about the integration between the different modules, different softwares, and etc. So the name of the work is interface. Interface. You can connect with PHP. You can connect with MySQL. You can connect even with Access. I mean, it's very simple. So that's it for now. I can speak for 2 days.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mihail. And the students who have asked some of the questions, yes, and they have fulfilled their queries level. Yes,
Thank you very much.
Yes, anybody would like to ask any questions, then Mihail, still we have at the midnight from Macedonia. Is there anybody? Please.
Okay. Well, I hope that the presentation was enough tangible, enough interesting, enough, let's say, funny also. And please open my website and send me some email with requests for books. If you have a specific request, I will send you. And of course, Professor will be in carbon copy. I will send you some materials concerning that. Please don't hesitate to send me an email. Also, I will develop a blog after this conversation.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mihaly.
Thank you very much.
The information that you have shared with us.
Yes. Yeah.
The session was wonderful.
Of course.
And hope we'll connect you again very soon.
Thank you very much. It will be my greatest pleasure.
Thank you.
I will leave it now. Professor Rudra, can I go or I?
Oh, yes. If you feel, comfortable, then you can listen some of the words of our Dr. Anvay Bhagar. He is from India, and yes, he's going to deliver some of his words. Yes, and you can hear his ideas also on this topic. And we say here in advance, bye with you. Bye to you, and we expect, as Dr. Manoj Chaudhary already told you, that we will be in touch, and we should have to work many more on the academic sectors. And yes, your highlights on the topic was wonderful. It's like very impressive, and it's a kind of versatile. I feel so. It's a kind of versatile, right? Okay, thank you, Mihail. And yes, thank you so much.
I will stay here.
Thank you, sir.
And your ideas, yes, towards the transitions and the transformation through the automations, is the necessary at the time of crisis. That is a single implications I have derived from your lecture. Thank you so much. Thanks for your wonderful presentation. We are all family members of DAV Business Schools, privileged to have with you. Thank you so much, sir. And yes, and we would at the beginning of the Bhargav sessions, you may move whatever we have, but this time you will be privileged with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And I also give thanks to your son, your students are say Vladimir, right?
He is doing data science. Yes.
He's there, and we also express our thanks to him. And we welcome to Dr. Anvay Bhagar.